Hey, this is Jeffrey Curtis. Welcome to the channel. Let's jump right in. Are your recordings plagued by annoying echoes and noise? Stay tuned. In this video, you'll learn how to build the best do-it-yourself acoustics for your home studio. These simple DIY treatment hacks will transform your studio sound in a weekend. Are you ready to transform your home studio into a professional sound environment? Ever wondered how to make your home studio sound like a professional recording space? Discover the ultimate DIY treatments right now. You know, using do-it-yourself home acoustic treatments can drastically improve the sound of your studio without breaking the bank. Yeah, we're going to show you the do-it-yourself methods to improve your studio sound, just like you thought when you clicked on the title. Good acoustics are crucial for any recording space, and you don't need to break the bank to achieve it. With a few materials and elbow grease, you can create all the acoustic panels on your own. Here's what you'll need. You'll need some wood, usually 1x2s or 1x1s, or 2x2s even, and some rock wool, and some material, and maybe even a shelf, and maybe even an old mattress. The tools you'll need: staple gun, some scissors, a cutting knife, a saw. That's about it. So now let's dive right into the best ways to create do-it-yourself acoustic panels for your home studio. Whether you're a musician, a podcaster, or a content creator, these things will help enhance your audio. So let's explore how these do-it-yourself acoustic projects can enhance your studio sound. Make a frame, then cut your rock wool or foam. Make sure it fits snugly inside the frame. Before we begin, it's important to note that you have to have already ran an analyzer on your space. By running the analyzer, you know where the faults of the room are, whether you need a bass trap, or you need a dispersion, or you need some kind of thing to stop echo or reverb. Many times, home studios struggle with poor sound. This is usually due to inadequate acoustic treatment. You know the drill: echo and reverb bouncing off the walls, muddled vocals, instruments that just don't sit right in the mix. It can be super frustrating, right? These things can lead to hours of recording and mixing sessions that seem like they're leading nowhere. Don't worry, you're not alone. The good news is that there are some solutions. Good acoustic treatment can make all the difference between a good recording that you start with and a bad one. By leveling out the sound and making it as flat as possible, you save time and money inside of your mixing session. Not only will it reduce echo, but improve clarity. Now, I made an earlier video of when I made and placed acoustic panels in the church that I go to. That link is right here. To make an acoustic panel, first you decide on the size that you want the panel to be. Then you fill it full of rock wool or another type of acoustic insulation. And then I put an extra step in here. I sealed it with a sealing material so that the insulation would not come through the material. And then I covered the entire thing with the material. I used a gunny sack material that you can get in my affiliate store. Next, you have to decide about panel placement. If you're having problems with bass in your recording environment, then you'll probably want to put some bass catching acoustic material in the corners. For a bass trap to be effective, you have to know a little bit about the size of the wave that you're dealing with. Luckily, a bass trap doesn't have to be the same size as the wave to be effective. A bass trap can be about a quarter of the wave size. A quarter of 200 hertz wave size is about 16 inches. And a quarter of 100 hertz wave size is about 32 inches. So if we keep going down to 50 hertz, you can see that that's going to be approximately 40 inches, give or take. So that means that you would want, number one, your bass trap to go from ceiling to floor in at least two corners of your room, preferably opposite corners. Also, if you're looking at a problem with your bass around 200 hertz, then you'd want a bass trap that is about 16 inches wide and 16-inch depth off the corner. So when you create your bass trap, you would create a triangle frame that is 16 inches wide and is 16 inches deep, And then you would fill that with rock wool or another material. Some foams work. And then you would cover that just like you would a normal panel. And then the effect would be that you would deaden just the bass, right? You're looking just to deaden the bass in the room. If you're having trouble with echo and reverberation, then you're going to want flat panels on the walls. If you're only having trouble with high-end problems, then you can use foam or even egg cartons. So a bass trap would go in the corner, and audio traps or panels would go on the wall. Diffusers, as this one right here, you can create a diffuser out of 1x1s or 2x2s or whatever. You just cut them in different sizes and you screw them or glue them to a board. Now placement is what counts with the diffuser. You have to decide which area of your room needs the audio diffusion and then place the diffuser right there. Let's look at some household items that you might be able to use in your home studio. One thing that you can use is a heavy blanket or a quilt or even an old piece of carpet. By hanging an old piece of carpet off the wall so there's an air gap, you create an audio trap. Now you can make this look good if you cut it in nice sections and the carpet isn't dirty or the blanket isn't dirty or whatever. This is a minimal way of doing it. It won't trap a lot of sound, but it will help in reflection and reverberation. Also, making sure that the floor is covered with carpet or other material will help to make sure that reverb is minimalized. In a pinch, you might just take a bunch of clothes and put it into a pillowcase or something like that and just hang it around or place it around. That will absorb sound. It might look a little hokey, but it'll work in a pinch. Next, maybe you have an old mattress laying around. I've seen many people make recording booths out of old mattresses. Today's all the rage to take a mattress and pull it apart and use the parts of it, the foam layers, inside of panels and other places. I've seen a lot of home personal recording spaces using egg cartons. Let's look at some advanced ways of building your own acoustic treatments. One of the good ways to build an acoustic treatment is to buy a shelf from Walmart or some other place and then fill the shelf full of rock wool. You want the shelf to be about 1 foot wide. Fill each part full of rock wool, then seal it and then cover it with material, and you will have created a recording sound wall that you can move around into different parts of the room. Heck, even if you just have a shelf full of books, it will help diminish sound reverb and echoes. Listen to the difference. Ready with the soundboard? It's hardly echoing at all, and we got a lot more to go. But we're painting it now. Now. See you later. Okay, so we now have all of this, the sound panels on the front. I mean, in the front part of the house. We still have to do the back. Haven't done that, but if you notice, it's getting a lot better in here. I mean, there's hardly, almost no reverberation at all now. To recap what we covered, some of the best ways to make do-it-yourself acoustic panels are to use carpeting, not just on the floor. You can hang it, try to create a space behind the carpet so that there's an acoustic trap. Secondly, you can create a diffuser out of blocks of wood. Thirdly, you might use parts of a mattress or even the whole mattress. Mattresses absorb sound great. In a pinch, you might even use a sack of clothing. Next, you could buy a shelf, fill it full of rock wool, and then cover it. Or even just put books in it. Or you can create your own bass traps and sound traps by creating panels that you mount on the wall. Lastly, if you don't want to do all of that, you can also purchase your acoustic treatments. Now remember, before you start out on creating acoustic treatments for your recording space, you must first analyze the room to find out its faults. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. And hey, check out our other videos for more tips. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel, so subscribe for more tips on how to make your studio better. Hey, if I missed something, leave a comment below. Let me know what your DIY hacks are and how effective they are. Don't forget, this is the second video of a several part series. Let's make great music together.